Hey everybody, it's Tuesday night, which means it is time for Musical Hangout, the first musical hangout of the new year. Happy New Year to you out there. Thank you so much for sticking around here for however long you do. Make sure you give it a like, share it with your friends, this, that, and the other thing. I, of course, am Zach Hval, singer, songwriter, guitar player extraordinaire, the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, too hot to handle, too cold to hold, you best believe. I've only got one speed, so come and get your cup of coffee in the big time. Yeah! We are a week into the new year, so I hope that you are still maintaining your New Year's resolution. Some of you have given up, and doggone it, that's all right. You'll get it next year. You know, honestly, New Year's resolutions are probably the saddest thing and the most obnoxious thing that white people have come up with since Seinfeld. Now, be that as it may, I am not so pessimistic that I don't believe you should be setting goals for yourself. That's the key word there, goals. Basic people on Twitter or X or whatever it is now, white girls on Instagram, they set New Year's resolutions. They're the ones with the sparkly filters and the hashtag New Year, New Me. I got some bad news for you, mama. It's a new year, but it's the old you, the same old you. But, as Mr. Rogers would say, the best part about you is that there's nobody like you. And that hits me right here in the old, cold, black heart. So I set goals. I don't do New Year's resolutions because New Year's resolutions, let's be real, we set them to impress 3 people on social media, and then we immediately abandon them. You know, the best time, the Stoic philosophers would tell us that the best time to start that thing you wanted to do was honestly a long time ago. The next best time to start that thing you want to do is right now. But we're going to do some music here for you. I will remind you that, yes, there is a cool YouTube video that I did yesterday on the 1980s guitar movement. That kind of is why a lot of cats are here today. You know, I think of like Tim Henson and kids like that. So you want to check that out if you haven't already. Of course, this Friday, that is the 12th of January, my new album, Imaginary Songs, will be streaming on Apple Tunes, Spotify, and Amazon. Right, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, Apple Music. I'm not sure the difference between iTunes and Apple Music at this point. As far as I know, probably you can still buy movies that will inevitably be removed from the streaming platform due to licensing issues on iTunes, with music being the music platform. But in any case, I will be there, and we're going to do some new tunes from that album that I haven't done, which we will address when we get to them. But we're going to start with some Led Zeppelin because today is a very special day. Not only is it the 9th of January, and I'm back from my little bit of a hiatus. I did miss last week's live stream. I apologize. But today is Jimmy Page's birthday, and without Jimmy Page doing Jimmy Page things, there would be no Z-Man here to sing sweet love songs to Dua Lipa. So we're going to do a whole lot of love. myself a little bit more volume. That was, of course, Whole Lotta Love from Led Zeppelin 2, ladies and gentlemen. An album that probably changed my life. And a lot of other kids' lives as well, diggity dog on it. I can hear so much better now that I got my fancy in-ear monitors. Those big headphones were clunky. There was too much low end. Now I play like a tower of power. Too sweet to be sour. Riding the range and acting strange. Can you dig it? Like a creature of the night that I am, and day and mid-afternoon as well. We'll do one I've done a couple of times here on this very little iteration of Musical Hangout. This tune is called, excuse me, that was inappropriate. This tune is called Funk Squatch. Because, like, what if there's, like, everybody's all worried about Bigfoot. I've been watching this Cryptid Iceberg YouTube video, breaking down a bunch of cryptids out there, and everybody's all excited, especially here in the Northwest. We love our Bigfoot almost as much as we love Starbucks and flannel. But be that as it may, we love Bigfoot. And I always thought, you know what would be scarier than, like, an actual, like, 8-foot-tall Harry from the Hendersons? A funky version, you know, like a funky monkey, if you will, a higher primate, the missing link. I'm the found link. Alrighty, Funk Squatch. This is also on the new album, which you will be able to hear in its entirety this Friday at the Steel Cage Mega Slam. No, this Friday on iTunes. Who's honking their horn out there? On iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, what have you. In any case, this is Funk Squatch. funk squatch. We love it. We just love it. Played on the Fender Telecaster. Because when you need to play absolutely every genre known to man, the Fender Telecaster. Except no substitutions. And to my friends at Fender Fine Musical Instruments in California, I will expect my check in the mail. Yes, sir, the check is in the mail. I just watched Escape from L.A. the other day. That finally made it to the streaming platforms. I've been waiting to watch that movie for a while. I love Kurt Russell. And Pam Grier. But I digress. We're going to keep moving along here. We're going to do something from the old record. It's a tune called the Sinister Shuffle. Because it's a shuffle that is sinister. It allows me, it's a vehicle. A vehicle for me to do the most insane things, the most disturbing things I can think to do on the guitar. Well, I'm usually not thinking when I'm playing this song. I'm usually thinking about Dua Lipa, Rhea Ripley, or somebody like that. Anyways, this is from the I Have No Strings and I Must Play record, which is streaming everywhere. Please stream that so that I do not have to continue to work a day job. It would make me most happy. But of course, I can't make you do anything, so to each his own. But what I like to do is play blues shuffles on the git fiddle, as it were. But we're going to do a shuffle here, Z-Man style, if you will. Again, the Sinister Shuffle in the key of G. Now you're up to speed. The Sinister Shuffle. Boy, what a fun tune that was. I always enjoy that. From the top of my head to the bottom of my you guessed it, my doggone corns. I wonder if I got punched in the head while wearing these buds, if I would get cauliflower ear. Has that ever freaked any of you out? Have you ever, like, had a soccer ball kick you in the side of the head and you're like, gee, I hope I don't get cauliflower ear? Just me? Okay. Hey, speaking of new tunes, here's one. Now, I like to think of a lot of my music as tributes. You know, I'm paying homage to the people that have helped guide me through this tough and dangerous and oftentimes scary musical world. I'll never forget the time that I was backstroking through jazz and I encountered sharks, submarines, riptides, but none of them were all of those were nice compared to the scary, bluesy, jazzy guitar licks of one Mike Bloomfield. And so I wrote a little tribute piece to Mike Bloomfield. It's sort of a gospel-y kind of blues. And gospel blues is a blues shuffle with gospel chord changes. That's all. It's the simplest way I can think to explain that to you. So this is a tune in the key of E flat. So this is not for the faint of heart. This is what separates the boys from the men when you're getting into flat keys without tuning down your guitar. So this gets a nice little tribute. I start off with some Michael Bloomfield ideas. It's very much a chord progression and a key, by the way, that Michael Bloomfield would play in. So we'll see. I've never done it live. I haven't played this song since I recorded it back in like September. So we'll see how this goes. This is a song aptly titled from the new album that you can hear again on Friday. That's right. It's like the 5th time I've said it. But this is an aptly titled tribute to Michael Bloomfield. That went better than I had hoped because I realized as I started that song that I only knew what key it was in. I forgot the chord changes completely. I know that there's a lot of them in there because it's gospel. I heard a 2-5-1 in there, so that's kind of a jazzy thing. Well, not uncommon to gospel. Well, what else is in there? A couple of chords that were supposed to be major and or minor. Lots of fun. You got to challenge yourself. A lot of guys find, and gals, find their thing and they kind of like stick to it. I like to push the boundaries, so to speak. Like all of my heroes were boundary pushers. Obviously Bob Dylan. Goes without saying, but Eddie Van Halen. And in a weird way, kind of Michael Bloomfield because, like everybody like kind of cites Joe Bonamassa, who's a great guitar player, so I'm not going to even pretend like he's not, but everybody kind of like singles him out as the guy that loves to play on vintage guitars and kind of spurred the somewhat modern day love of vintage instruments. But you go back and look, but it was actually Michael Bloomfield, and I'm sure Joe Bonamassa, who is a very knowledgeable young man, would agree with this, but Michael Bloomfield started that. He was playing, well, of course, some of them were considered modern day, by today's standards, playing instruments that were, in the mid-'60s. This is when Michael Bloomfield was doing this stuff in the 70s and things like that, playing instruments that were crafted in the 50s, and he didn't make it very long. I think he was 40 or so when he passed, unfortunately, God rest his soul, but that one's for you, Mike. I'm not going to pour anything out because this is carpet and I rent, so I'm just going to drink it. I hope that I've made you proud, and I hope someday to also play with Bob Dylan, much like you did. But enough of that sentimental stuff. Let's get scary, folks. This is also from my new album. The album is called Imaginary Songs. It is streaming this Friday. This song is called No Way Out. And it's I heard a song by Robin Ford called Freedom. Oh, actually, I take that back. I watched a live version of it here on YouTube as I was surfing the web one day. Found it from his I believe it's 1997. I always get the years wrong. I'm not good at history. From his 1997 album Tiger Walk. It's, to my knowledge, one of two instrumental albums he did. The other one being 2020 and 2021. He did an album called Pure. That was an instrumental record. But in any case, I heard the song Freedom, not to be confused with the Jimi Hendrix song of the same name, and I thought, I'm going to do something like that. And what came out was this song, and as usual when I'm trying to imitate my heroes, I sound nothing like them, and that's a good thing. And No Way Out, I don't know why, I played it back after recording it, and I was like, that's the name of the song. Usually I think of weird things like Beatnik Trousers is a good example. This one, it kind of fits. Gotta do some Roy Buchanan swells before I get into it. Yes, correct. That is No Way Out. You guessed it, from my upcoming album, Imaginary Songs. Man, what a tune. I knew I was going to like doing that one live. I had a lot of fun recording it. I used my pink guitar for that, the Gristle Master, for a little bit of extra pizzazz, if you will. Running 2 delays on that number. One that's kind of short, and in case I want to do something long, I can have it long, you see. That's my quick delay. What next? Man, I hope I didn't peek at that. Oh, thank God I didn't. How about a little bit of Albert King for the kids? This is the classic Don't Throw Your Love on Me So Strong from his period on the Stax record label. Of course, I like to sing it, Hey Church Girl. Demonstration. Hey church girl, don't throw your love on me so strong. Hey church girl, don't throw your love on me so strong. Well, your love is like a faucet, you can turn it off and on. Well, church girl, I like what you've been putting down. Hey, church girl, I like what you've been putting down. Well, you can search the whole world over, and no love like yours can be found. Let's get Pentecostal now. Tune in next week when I do Episcopalian licks in the key of F sharp. All right. Quit horsing around. We got work to do. One of the goals I'm working on, because I don't set New Year's resolutions, is I want to get revolution. So because I got the Jimi Hendrix T-shirt on, he's going see, I love music. That's what he says. One of the goals I have, because I don't set New Year's resolutions, is to get better at the slide guitar here. I used to do it a lot back in high school. Some of you remember teenage folk singing, Zach. Doing a lot of Robert Johnson, Sunhouse, things like that on the slide git fiddle. But I kind of fell out of practice. Till one day when I heard Michael Bloomfield do a song called The Gospel of Love, which I thought was an epic name for a tune. And, sorry, I keep burping. Should not drink carbonated beverages. In any case, I heard Michael Bloomfield do a song called The Gospel of Love, thought that was an epic name for a tune, and decided to rip it off. And came up with this little ditty called Asteroid Blues, and released it as a single. Nobody listened to it, so I passive-aggressively play it here on the live stream. Can you dig it? Asteroid Blues. Yes, it is a reference to Cowboy Bebop. No, I am not a weeb. I expect women to talk to me. Actually, I don't expect anything. I want for nothing, and am satisfied picking on the guitar and being the best at what I am. This is exciting. What next? Here's one I can kind of just disassociate with. It's a song from, not an instrumental album, it's a song from my third album called, well, the song is called Samantha's Lullaby, but the album is called The Legend of Frankie Bastone, which is a concept album about the war in Afghanistan and a young soldier who was sent to fight it. One of the many young soldiers who was sent to fight it. As, I forget the name of the artist, but there's a song that goes, war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. And that's all I have to say about that. Samantha's Lullaby from the album from 2021 called The Legend of Frankie Bastone. This is a beautiful time that we are having together here on a Tuesday night in January, fighting the powers of darkness with the power of riffs and rhythm and a dash of peace and love. And the wind outside is making speeches, so I'm surprised that I haven't lost power or my lights haven't flickered. Baruch Hashem. Let's see. What do I want to do next? I can do whatever I want to do. That's the Stone Cold Steve Austin bottom line. I can do whatever I want to do. It's my program. Yeah. I'll go for it. We'll wrap it up here with a little bit of, again, from my album called I Have No Strings and I Must Play. This song rounds out the album, so it's a good way to round out our evening together. This is it's called Darkness on the Face of the Deep, which is a reference to the beginning of the Bible, and the beginning of the Bible began at the beginning, which began with Genesis. Not the Phil Collins outfit, although we do like Genesis around here. And Phil Collins' solo career, and that weird jazz band he was in. In any case, it's a reference to the book of Genesis. And it's a little psychedelic. Again, I can disassociate while playing it. That's the beauty of being somewhat proficient at an instrument, is you can kind of just zone out, you know. And it's great. It's wonderful. and it just fades out. It just keeps going. You know what? I take it back. I think I'm going to do one more song. And that song will be continuing our theme of riding the range and acting strange and getting funky like a monkey daddy. We're going to do the song from my instrumental album, the first instrumental album I did, called Sounds. This song is called Slunky Junky, Funky Monkey. Can you dig it? Will you dig it? You'll have no choice but to dig it. I think I've said all that there needs to be said. Folks, I have been your pal Zach, singer-songwriter, guitar player extraordinaire, the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour. Coming at you live once again through the power of the inner Googles on a Tuesday night. We did it. It's our first live stream here of 2024. And to quote legendary Rowdy Piper, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, and I feel powerful. So, I will be back again next week. Next week is going to be a special presentation. How do you like that? We're coming out swinging here in the new year. A special presentation in which I will do the album, the new album, the brand spanking new album, which will be streaming this Friday. At the links, hopefully I'm smart and put them in the description box. I hope I did. If they're not there now, they will be there tomorrow. That album will be called Imaginary Songs. It will be on Amazon. It will be on Spotify. It will be on Apple Music. It will be on iTunes. It will be on Deezer. It will be on Pandora, for those of you who are boomers. It will be wherever you listen to music. It will probably be playing in somebody's car as they are driving down the freeway, not a care in the world. Oh, yes, indeed, it will be there. And if you don't listen to it on Friday at the streaming platform of your choice, that hurts my feelings, but you can redeem yourself by tuning in here next Tuesday night, where I will be doing that sucker top to bottom. I've got to relearn the whole thing by the time we get there, but we're going to get there, by George, and it'll be a grand old time. Of course, I am Zach Hval, singer, songwriter, guitar player, signing off, reminding you to never judge a book by its cover. Judge it by its author's teeny tiny, inoffensive grammatical errors. Bread is bread, cheese is cheese, praise God. I'll do a blonde joke tonight. I haven't done a blonde joke in a while. So, a blonde decides to change her hair color after so many years of people assuming that she's stupid because she's blonde, so she dyes her hair brunette. And she's out one day doing her business, and she comes across a shepherd. And she says to the shepherd, "Hey, if I can guess how many sheep you have, can I have one to take home?" And the shepherd says, "All right, go for it." And so the blonde, disguised as a brunette, goes, "I think you have 300 sheep." And the shepherd said, "Wow, you're correct. Go ahead and pick a sheep." So she picks her sheep, and as she's leaving, the shepherd stops her and says, "Hey, if I can guess your natural hair color, can I have my dog back?" We'll see you next time, folks.